So we've done 3 out of the 4 things that need to be done. And yeah, gonna go do the 4th thing now. So click in here. And I feel like it reminds me of the PAL key in Metal Gear 1, where it feels like something's bad's gonna happen because I did a thing. Alright, this shit's up top, huh? Oh, let's go to research Site Gamma, because it seems like that's where it wants me to go. Check out those other areas later. Hey, buddies. Nothing a little telekinesis can't solve. Going the right way, right? Yeah. Go with my minions. The fuck? That was so weird. Honestly, it didn't even look right for a second. Like, well, I mean, obviously it didn't look right, but it looked like they were just flopping around physics Y. Oh, that's a deep cavern. Ah.
Hiss got in. Boom. The nail. Pile of smoking rubble.
Marshall blew up the nail? What the hell was she thinking?
I feel like it's pretty obvious she was trying to stop the hiss from getting to it.
The hiss got in. The Foundation is overrun. I was out of time and out of options. I took all the C4 I could get my hands on and strapped it to the nail. Boom. A desperate move. But it's better off in pieces than in enemy hands. Trench wouldn't be thrilled. He always said how vital the nail was. How it was the Bureau's duty to protect it. Bullshit. Those years spent in the director's chair warped his priorities. In the end, he valued order over people, the advice of invisible voices over that of old friends. He lost sight of who he was. The board made sure of that. But I did my duty. The hiss can't corrupt a pile of smoking rubble. My last act as head of operations I'm done. At least I could take those bastards down with me.
Can I better read it? Ah, fucking shit. I mean, it's a lot easier to evade these now. What? You're gonna have me fight you too? That's just rude. I got like no health, huh? It's like climbing up here, isn't it? Is that the last of them? It was, okay. Fuck out of there. Alright. Just a empty room, huh? Don't give a shit about that. Deep cavern. What's up here? Just a box. Assuming I gotta go through here.
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
Let's put him down!
Just came out of nowhere, huh? So, guess I'm going this way. Shit. What else is targeting me? That guy. Oh shit. Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh. shit. Okay. Anything to explore here? Or is this purely a combat arena? Kinda just seems like it was a combat arena. Ooh. Nope. Let's walk right into that. Sure, that's probably not worth it, but I got to know. Yep, just some things I don't truly even care about. Already, huh?
All right, this is the last one. I can't believe Marshall's brilliant plan was to blow up the nail. And she thought I wasn't ready.
Oh, how?
There. Easy as pie.
Fuck! But that's the last one. I fixed it, didn't I?
I think I'm trying. Don't feel like I can get up there or over anywhere. What am I supposed to do? Sure, I cannot make it over there. I'm also pretty sure I can't get on top of here. Oh.
Holy shit.
should be better now, not worse.
Emily will know. I hope.
Oh, foolish Jesse. Hotline.
We've got this area covered, Director.
Sure.
What did you do? What is causing these tremors?
I thought you could tell me. I completed the 4 rituals just like the board told me to. The astral bleed should have stopped.
Look, it has stopped. The nail is repaired. But we have a new problem. My analysis of the nail indicates that it is literally a piece of the astral plane. Or possibly a vessel containing the astral plane. Or both. Either way, right now both dimensions are vibrating at completely incompatible frequencies. The spatial friction they are generating is incalculable. It's going to destroy both planes.
I messed this all up. Maybe Marshall was right to destroy the nail. I should have left it in pieces.
Nope.
Then
Getting
the
weird
astral
again.
plane would still be leaking in. Sometimes there's no right answer, Jesse. We need more information.
No. I need to fix this now. I'll figure something out.
No, we should really make a plan. The tremors are originating from directly below us, but we don't know what...
Perfect. I'll head down and take care of whatever's going on. Just do what you can from here.
Jesse, you can't just...
I have to, Emily. I'm the director. This is on me.
Time to go down to that one area that I found before. Whee! Oh. I was sure that was up. Is it a little bit higher, maybe? Aha. To all Foundation personnel, it has come to my attention that members of our exploration team have been relieving themselves of their God-given liquids in the chasm of the Foundation. As per earlier orders, all personnel currently serving the Foundation must expel fluids, urinate, do their business exclusively to the correctly colored and labeled vials provided by research personnel. To do otherwise disrupts the ongoing study of the Foundation and demonstrates a profound disrespect not only for the board and its oldest house, but also for the Bureau you so proudly serve. If I discover firsthand any agents treating the Oblivion as their personal lavatory, they will be forced to go down there and personally clean up their mess. Signed, Director Broderick Northmore. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be here. God damn. Actually. Man, what a fucking asshole thing to do. It's like a nose. Am I literally just supposed to go to the bottom of the nail?
If it isn't my
let's-
favorite director.
Oh, there's a hole
If you're
there.
not gonna listen to me, then you better go figure out how to stop this. There's no telling what could happen if the vibrations escalate.
I'll see you later, Emily.
Good luck. Take notes.
What is with your arms? I did
Don't
not realize
hesitate.
there was a hole here now.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
You don't.
That was just the top of the nail? How much deeper does the Foundation go?
Entry day plus 118. I have changed, though it's hard to know how or why. I no longer need tools to detect the house's veins, to hear it breathe. I can feel its blood churning beneath my bare feet. I have added my own illustrations to the walls, trying to solve some mystery that the oldest house whispers to me. I have to avoid the it as I do so. They hunt me. I don't blame them. They're just following the Pillar's orders. Even poor Adam doesn't seem to recognize me anymore. I've spent a long time contemplating the etchings of the tree and its roots. Did you know this city used to be a forest? I wonder if our oldest house wore a different face back then. Or if it was always here. A 21st century office building since time immemorial. Can a place know the future? Can it change its skin? Can it wander? I always thought the esoteric world was my father's, not mine. But here, in this sacred place, I finally understand his devotion and his awe.
The crystals are growing like crazy here. It's almost like they're trying to stop me.
Oh, well. Stop me, they almost did.
Astral spike. HRA was damaged. The board senate.
When Marshall blew up the nail, the board attacked her. I don't fucking like it.
It's weird that they decide to paraphrase those, even though there's a whole, like, thing here.
I tried to get out after the detonation, but the astral spike came out of nowhere. I escaped, but my HRA was damaged. I'd bet a year's salary the board senate. We never did see eye to eye. They have too much control over Trench, the Bureau, the House. They make themselves part of every important process. Nothing a little C4 can't fix. 2 birds, 1 bomb. Christ, what a mess. But I stopped the hiss. I did it. If Faden did her part, then the Bureau is safe. Until the next thing. Jessie has good reason to hate the Bureau. But that could be what we need right now. She won't follow the same path. Won't fall into the same traps. She'll lead her way. So, Director Faden, here's my last lesson. You can't save everybody.
Fun. Oh, bye.
Nobody else hears the house. Their ears are too full of lies. We were shown the way inside so we could help. But all we've done is fall victim to the same parasite. I should have seen the web earlier. The strands between Northmore, the pillar, the gun, the id. What hope did we have? Thrown into this conflict beyond our comprehension. I've decided to rejoin the Bureau in the upper levels, to end my long absence spent in the Foundation. Northmore will be angry at me for disobeying him. That's just his way. But I don't care. I need to remain in the oldest house to help however I can. I doubt I can steer the Bureau back on the right course, but I have to try. How did I go so long without a purpose? Without devotion? I can hardly remember how it felt. I realize how grateful I am to Father for setting me on this path. I wish I could tell him that.
This is Director Faden. Send a ranger to my position.
Let's do this!
Wow, that was fucking quick. Hey, buddy. Oh, Marshall's part Hiss now.
Marshall? You're alive.
Soon you will no longer recognize us, or yourself, or him, or her, or them. Family is dead. The walls are broken, but yellow and red in the eye.
God damn it.
Inverted is made right. These
Fuckers take everything. I am not letting you take this.
You've always been the new you. You want this to be true.
Where? She's
Flank
somewhere.
us, suppress
Oh, over there.
Look at that!
Damn, she can teleport. Shit, I'm dead. Well, booty. Oh, I'm not. Okay, shit. Nice. Why is this here? Just to have a reprieve? Weird. Oh shit. She don't give a fuck about that.
Out of ammo.
Oh. The fuck is she? Hello. She's getting more accurate. It's interesting getting allies from former here. Hello. Shit. Where'd Marshall go? I think she's fighting up there. Did she bug out?
I wasn't here to help, Marshall.
Yeah, it seemed like she
No,
bugged
it's
out there at the end.
corrupted. That
explains why the board wasn't answering what's causing the quakes. Marshall came down here to stop this. I should have been with her. We could have saved her. But I can still save everyone else. Well, fuck you too.
Oh, I'll be sure to.
Let's play it smart. They don't need to know I'm onto them. Not yet, anyway.
You did that. Oh, Former's right there. Hi, buddy.
The nail is secure. The Hiss can't touch it. I can't undo the astral bleeding in the Foundation, but at least it's stopped.
Along with the seismic activity. You did it, Jesse. Did you ever find Marshall?
I did. She's gone. She died thinking she'd save the Bureau. Not a bad way to go. I wasn't ready for this crisis. I didn't even see it coming. But I promise I'll be ready for the next one. I mean, what good is a director who can't hold her Bureau together?
It's fine.
I thought I know how to handle things, now that I'm the director. Clearly, it's not that simple.
Yeah?
I need to choose a direction for the Bureau. It should be one that serves our goals, not the board's. Whatever those are. I need to lead my way.
Okay. Oh, okay. Didn't realize I could control stuff.
Director?
Now that this nail business is handled, I should probably be getting back to executive. But maybe I'll keep poking around. Just for a little bit.
I'm gonna keep looking around.
I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work.
We'll work on that.
See? I told you we were gonna die down here.
Bureau researchers do not panic.
Feels like,
Monitoring those targets and get me some actionable data.
I feel like there was implication that the oldest house and the board weren't necessarily friends based on this. I haven't really. I'm the best at reading into things with us, seeing like what they were hinting at. Guess we'll start this whole AWE thing. Part of me is looking forward to
Darkness
this.
engulfed the elevator.
Oh my god.
There was something there,
Nice.
reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh? We should check this out.
I like putting Wake in the hotline. That's nice. This is just the crisis workday resolved. I guess it's hints toward what Control 2 is gonna have.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too, a hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
But yeah. Forget if I finished my thought, but I've sort of been looking forward to this, but at the same time I've heard it's kind of spooky, and I'm a little bit of a baby, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know how they can, at least I got, it's definitely a power fantasy type of game.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolences will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigations was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such redacted contained there. One redacted confirmed the redacted's code name to be redacted, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While the investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into redacted research. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all of our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gathered up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted, but I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy, Special Investigator Gleason. Oh, we're looking at Tractor Supplemental. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow William, male, Caucasian. Case summary, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report, remains obtained. Hello, how are you doing? Valves remained obtained from coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to head, lacerations left ear, cheek, blunt force injuries extremities, dislocated right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma, abdominal region. This sounds like a really fucking bad way to die. Let's see what this is real quick. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the redacted loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him. Sincerely, William Kirkland. There's a lot of stuff in here. Mr. Dennis, so yes, there is an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing, the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with this workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. So many things. To Chief Investigator Dennis. It happened again, third time this year. Something clearly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyways, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Redacted Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching up there. We need to petition them again to share their information with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. More stuff. Jeez. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the Oldest House. She served with no incidents or demerits, and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the Oldest House, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Weird. It's not a pairing I would have imagined. Oh, that's a lot of redacted stuff. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Redacted was launched into the Redacted Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Redacted witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive Redacted when Redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notably, Redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the Redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Dr. Trench's Redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any Redacted, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Ooh. Can't screw the pooch on that one, huh? Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. Why did you think, or what did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now, and don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You're traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Do I have to... Okay, that seemed unnecessary, but... Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them here. Given the records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles, the dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you just send a team out here to cordon this place off. Maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigation P-1429 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program, redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic, redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. The program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. The investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Bureau Tractor item is not in Bureau custody, none known. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Jesus Christ. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Okay, so I need to take this power core and put it in here. Is that what I'm doing? I'm assuming I can't open the door because there's no power to it. Oh, not wrong, but...
It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere. There. Now that gate should open.
What was that powering, though? My way out, maybe? No? I guess those lights were on before? The purpose of Internal Investigation X-0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of redacted agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspected human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the redacted of redacted, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase of an aggressive redacted. Cross-referencing the date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed, and an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Redacted entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Redacted presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the redacted. Investigation is ongoing.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
What? You sure? Oh. That's about the movie camera people. This group individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in criminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Going back to the hotel, huh?
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role, a character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Yippish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Writing?
You found a way!
No. I don't. Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen it.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about yet. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
Yeah, I hope. Something I've been dreading is like the possibility of them taking away.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
But
And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
all right, Thomas Zane was referenced earlier. But I was afraid they're going to like take away the safety of this place, but then again, that'd be weird. No screens? No, just a TV. So I'm supposed to turn off this shit. Doesn't seem to be anything else on.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman, broke loose, killed everyone it could, something else came. A resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change. Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Do we get darkness infused with hiss, huh? Why? Just to make sure you don't go that way, I guess. Or do I have to go past that? Shit, I have to go past that. This thing stressed me out. Yeah, fuck you. Doesn't seem like that's any way to go. Damn, someone got crushed.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
I don't know, but I'm not a fan. That's fun. How do I have 27 mods of 24? Really, once we have this evade ammo refund, huh? Think. Yeah, I got one of those. Yes, as I've said before, this just seems like needlessly fussy. Like, do I really need all this shit? What? Well, I assume that. Oh, when did I get that? Hmm.
That doesn't look like a house shift.
Sure it isn't.
Do I even want to know?
Probably not.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Of course they are. Trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to go so I can avoid going that way right away.
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
Emil Hartman, victims' names Wake Allen, Innocent Tor, Anderson Odin, redacted. Lane Rudolph, DeSaul Wendy, Emerson Thomas, redacted. Officer's name, Special Agent Remy Dennis. Charges kidnapping of altered individuals, sanctions against altered organizations, obstruction of Bureau investigation, and breaching of the ASH Act. Do I know what the ASH Act is? A vendor's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. A vendor's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, except the Anderson brothers due to their senility, and Wake, possibly deceased. Ugh. Hello? My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Alright. That's
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows. Light burns it away, huh? Makes sense.
I would not have to use that in combat. Seems like it'd be kind of annoying. Yeesh. Mold. Fucking Christ. Don't like. Noise coming from there. The mold people make me very uneasy. Just in case. And I don't need it, then I can just throw it at someone.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
Cool. Very excited about this. Oh, I can just do that.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel.
Get to say that.
The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Don't actually want to go there yet. Oh. A train derailment resulted in 62 casualties and numerous injuries. Was suspected to have been the work of a para-criminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of sabotage. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further study. Paranatural Entity A010, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive redacted consisting of 3 known types. Type A localized manifestations of sentient redacted capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting redacted over its surroundings. Type B shaded individuals, human bodies redacted by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive but do seem to retain redacted of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Type C shaded objects, similar to Type B except that inanimate objects are redacted solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, which may imply a shared link to a redacted intelligence. The threat of this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive and defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of a redacted.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions.
His lodge.
Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Sure, we'll put parkour in there. Why not? Breaking that more. Fuck else shooting? Oh, there's another guy right there. Jesus Christ, that guy's still fucking around. Fuck are they? Ah, hi. It's really messed up. They can fly now. I don't like that one bit. Where does this power core go to? Doesn't really seem like anything. Wow, okay. Did I go in here already? Oh, I guess not.
Reminder, all employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
It's fucked up, but not surprising. Kirkland, so you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do? My job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more, and they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how, exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this... Gotta get the cable out. fiber optic fuck cooperate. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Alright, that was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Is that it? Still moving. Guess that was it. A black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine, altered, and paranatural materials, was raided in redacted Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. Bureau's concern here is threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. B. These criminals individuals do not seem aware of the items' paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. C. The motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. NASA cooperation. Following the NASA-FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lighting now found in all spacefaring vehicles. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised the concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the cost accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the redacted far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivering of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the redacted will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our colleagues at NASA is of vital importance. Okay, is that the last thing in here? Sounds like there's some stuff happening. Oh my god, what? That's where that music. Got me clean some shit in here.
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city, said the old lady. Like tar but good for nothing. Get rid of it.
Are these in here or in other places? Okay. Seems like maybe things I'll focus on after I get done. I think. Okay. Curious what this is tracking. Does AWEs in general? But if that's the case, shouldn't there be something like up there? Where, you know, isn't Bright Falls in like Washington or something? Or do I misremember? Check this side door real quick.
I don't feel right. Something in this darkness is draining me.
I see there's at least two things that I need to put power cores in, but I don't. Three things. Looks like, but I don't see any power cores in here. Can I use this yet? Oh, guess I can.
Shit. Now what? What is that?
Come on, elevator, time to go.
So you don't like the light? I can use that.
Nothing even touches it.
I think it's pretty fucking creepy. Where? Oh, power cores here. Another one like way over here somewhere. Don't look like I can reach it from here. I did not like doing that at all. Made me feel very uneasy. Don't want to lose this power cord. Note, the screenplay was found after the Bureau acquired the Night Springs television series and all of its past episode scripts. It appears to be written by Alan Wake as part of an application to become one of the show's writers. It is only human nature to wish to control the forces around us, and even more so to possess them. What happens when those forces are not ours to claim, or even of this world? What if they are the things you can discover in Night Springs? Terrier Secret Lab, Night. We are in a secret lab. The large sign of the wall reads the Federal Bureau of Night Springs. Scientist. I've told you several times, Director. It isn't ready. Director, it's ready when I say it's ready. Scientist, but being beyond the portal, we have no control over it. Do I need to bring Core over there from here? Man, I think it's fucking not cool. Oh, there is a thing here. I didn't even notice. Oh. Vending machine, containment procedure, unknown. Testing in the investigation sector is currently ongoing. A vending machine, its front cover in a faux wood panel, coin-operated buttons for selecting food products. The item generates and stores a variety of material, both edible and otherwise, in its rows of internal trays. Initial testing suggests the item reacts to the mind of the individual in closest proximity and will produce whatever they subconsciously desire. Attempts to cause the item to create a living redacted have consistently failed. The item was discovered in a nursing home in redacted Alberta after a resident named Muriel redacted called a local news station about a magic vending machine. The news story reported that the nursing home's staff was purposely stocking the machine with distinctive food and objects as a way to raise residents' spirits. The Bureau response team encouraged the story while confiscating the item. Nothing to see here, it seems. Is there another... Dr. Emil Hartman is an academic psychotherapist that owned and operated a recovery center in redacted Washington, focusing on the treatment of artists struggling with creative blocks and other mental disorders. Publicly, Dr. Hartman's treatment center seemed unremarkable in its methods and purpose. Privately, however, Dr. Hartman was abusing his patients in order to utilize any latent redacted abilities that he may possess with the aim of shaping redacted to his own benefit, which has earned him a Class II paracriminal designation. For more on the link between artists and their ability to redacted reality through artistic mediums, see file redacted. Investigation has proven that Dr. Hartman's illegal endeavors were conducted alone. After being approached by the Bureau during the redacted investigation, he displayed no remorse or intention to cease his actions. Dr. Hartman was taken into custody, evaluated, and released redacted months later, having been deemed a negligible threat. His medical license has been permanently revoked. Okay.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Brian Hennerman, 21 years old, resident of Southern Texas.
I'm
sorry, ma'am, but I really don't understand why I'm here.
You know what you did, Mr. Hanneman.
I do?
Tell me about Delivery Disaster.
The movie? I mean, it wasn't very good.
That's not what your review said, but we'll come back to that. Tell me where you got the movie from.
Movie night with a, a K, not an N, not night like nighttime, but...
Who contacted you? Who told you to review that film?
No one. I just did it because it looked obscure. I didn't even like the movie. I shouldn't have given such a high score, but reviewing obscure films makes you look smart. And I thought if I looked smart, I would get listeners. My podcast would take off, and I could move out of my parents' basement, and maybe even go to college and get a film degree like I've always wanted to. I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Okay, the kid doesn't know shit. I'm ending the session.
Can't doubt there's anything. These areas, but a little perusal won't hurt anything. Okay. I guess we're gonna go down, then that's gonna take us.
Man, what are you doing in investigations?
Jesus, don't scare me like that, Langston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system. Try to find an intercom.
I was told Langston was involved in this.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened, but now light physically hurts him. Do you have a flashlight?
No.
A lantern? Headlamp? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around your...
I don't have any of those, Langston.
Good references there.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll keep an eye on you from the Panopticon. This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right, okay. Well, break a leg. Oh, why did I say that?
Okay, this Hartman thing can't have gotten very far. Let's go flush him out. Langston was right. This is kind of exciting.
It's just nice to have someone to talk to, you know? Ever since I got put in charge of the Panopticon, people treat me different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items. People just don't understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't want to brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items. Still, I don't know why people are making it so personal.
Right.
I mean, the teams in research handle paranatural materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but when he's weird, it's charming. Altered items really aren't that frightening once you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing...
Sorry, stopping an ad from
I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild animals scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team, but sometimes it feels like it's every department for themselves, like it's a race and we're all trying to be number one. If it is a race, though, I'd say Darling is a mile ahead of everyone else. He was Trench's golden boy for years, but that relationship has gotten pretty tense, or so I've heard through the grapevine. Not that I spread rumors, just, you know, people talk. Not me, though. I keep my nose to the grind. Too much work to do to focus on those kinds of things. I need to stay focused so I can get my work done and get home to feed Alfred.
He's
of course,
just gonna talk forever,
can't always
isn't
make
he?
it home for mealtime, so I have my neighbor
gonna
check in on
find out.
Alfred at 7 o'clock if I'm not back yet. She's very nice. Her name is Maria. She's older. She came to New York in the 50s to attend school and has been here ever since. She has a couple of kids. I met them at Thanksgiving. Big family. Very nice people. Anyway, she has a key to my apartment, and she gives Alfred his dinner if I'm not home. I'm gonna have to buy her a nice fruit arrangement as a thank you after this. I'm missing a lot of Alfred's meal times. She's probably gonna have to go to the store for more wet food. I'll have to remember to pay her back. Hold on, let me make a note. Pay back Maria for Alfred's food. Okay. Oh, one more thing. And buy her a fruit arrangement. All right, done. Are you a cat person? I don't think I ever asked. You seem like one, though. You'd like Alfred. He's very proper. Really carries himself well, you know? I named him after my favorite poet. Felt like a good fit. I got Alfred just before Sylvia died when I was at the... You know, I don't really remember where I got Alfred from. But, boy, those two did not get along. Oh, no. Sylvia thought she owned the place. Didn't like me getting in her way. Scratched me more than once when I was just trying to move her food bowl. That cat was a real asshole.
Wow.
I'm realizing now that language was not
harsh.
entirely, professional. You see, Sylvia didn't tolerate most people, or animals, or anything. And that's what I meant when I said asshole. I would never use that word about a person. It was just, hey, there's a light flashing on the console here. I got to, check this out. I'll get back to you later.
Real smooth, Langston.
Alright, I just gonna be playing till the next control point at this point, which I assume is soon. I gotta go down another elevator. Okay, didn't really think there'd be anything there, but thought it was worth a shot. Going up again, huh? Okay, that's what I thought. Eagle limited to AWE. Well, I'm certainly interested in seeing what this is, but it's quitting time for me, trying to go to sleep. I won't be on tomorrow night because I'll be helping with the online local. Just a fighting game tournament. And so that's where I'll be. And then, but on Tuesday I'll be back with Street Fighter 6, continuing to get Kimberly to master, which I think could be one more night, but definitely only 2 more. And then I'll be rolling for a new character to play at that point. But yeah, until then, see you later.